In today's video, we are going to take a look at the concept of how to short a stock, and then also take a look at some consideration that you need to make before shorting a stock. Hello and welcome. My name is Peter B and I welcome you here at My First Million, where we are achieving our financial goals together. So this is the second video of our small short mini series. And if you didn't check out the first one, check it out on my channel, where we discuss the differences between long and short positions. But now here to the basics. How to make a short position, how to go short with a stock. And for this first, let's take a look at what does shorting a stock really mean. So with a short position, an investor believes that the price of the stock will decrease. So what can he do for that? He therefore can borrow the stock and sell it on the stock market first. And then later he hopes to buy back the stock at a lower price. So he will sell first and then buy it back. So simply speaking, there are 4 steps for going short with a stock. First, you want to borrow the shares from a broker. So you need to have an account at the broker who is willing to borrow shares to you. So then if you're able to lend some shares of the stock that you want to short, you will first sell the borrowed shares immediately. So you will get the shares from the broker and you will sell them immediately on the market. And then what's happening, you are hoping that the market will be dropping. And you hope to buy back the shares later, and ideally at a lower price. So you do the selling first of the stock, and then later you still need to buy the stock back. Why you need to buy it back? Because later you need to give the shares back to the broker. So how are you able to profit from this strategy? So basically the logic is directly opposite of when you're buying long positions. You will profit when the stock market is falling. So when your sales price first is higher, then your buying price later then you will be able to profit the difference. However, you will be making a loss when the share price, instead of going down, is climbing. But in addition to the difference, you always also need to take into consideration that you need to pay an interest fee to the broker. Because of course he will not borrow you the stocks for free. He also want to earn some money from lending the shares to you. So before opening your first short position, I highly recommend you to learn as much as possible about shorting stocks, because there are several potential pitfalls out there that you need to take into consideration when you are elaborating the potential risk of opening a short position. This list here is probably not limited, but I tried to list out the main pitfalls that you need to take into consideration. First, you need to be aware that you always need to pay interest to the broker, regardless of the performance. So even you buy and sell, or sell and buy at the same price, you will still make a loss because you need to pay some interest to the broker. Secondly, with opening a short position, you're basically gambling on a falling stock price. However, if the stock is going up, you will definitely lose money. And the profit loss ratio is not in favor of a short position. At best, for someone with a short position is 100%. This will only happen if the stock price falls to 0. But in contrast, you have an unlimited loss potential. So when the stock is rising and you're not closing your short position, the stock could, in theory at least, go until infinity. And therefore, with a short position, your loss potential also could be, at least in theory, until infinity. And in addition to that, often as someone with a short position, the time is not on your side. You cannot just wait out until the stock then eventually will fall back down. Because if the stock is continuously rising, it's also a danger for the broker who lends you the shares. Because earlier or later he want to have the shares back, but he want to make sure that you are still able to buy the shares back. So therefore, if the stock price is rising too much and the broker is starting to worry that you might not be able to pay back, to buy back his share positions, there will be a margin calls. In a margin call, the broker can force you to either add more money as a security to your investment portfolio, or if you're not able to add enough money in time, and usually only get a very short time window to add additional money to your portfolio. If you're not able to provide money, he can force sell your stocks at a loss and close your short positions. So if you're receiving a margin call, even worse, you're not just risking the short position, but potentially your whole portfolio. Because the broker will ask you to close your positions in order to give him the money back that you owe him. So therefore, before you open your first short position, make sure that you really understand how it works and what risks you're taking. In the end, I think most long-term investors are better off if they're only holding long positions. But of course, this is only my opinion and my investment philosophy. However, if you're still interested to learn more about short positions, or maybe even as a long position holder, you want to learn more about something called a short squeeze, then look out for the next video in this video series. Thanks a lot for joining me today. I look forward to seeing you in the next video, and especially I look forward to seeing you winning financially.